Hey guys, I'm back with our market update part 2, so let's get started. So if you guys have been watching my other video with the booster box updates, that market has been exploding right now, and Sword Shield is on a rampage. I'll just go over those I'll just go over those really quickly, just in case because this is kind of relevant to what's happening in the especially set market. But I'll just Brilliant Stars up about 75, Lost Origin up 46, Brilliant Stars up 20, Chilling Reign up 13, new all time highs for all these boxes. Silver Tempest up 300, up $8. Even Darkness Ablaze getting some attention at 13, and the reason why this matters is that a lot of money has been entering the market very recently. It's been kind of confirmed. I mentioned in the video, there's a video from Rudy from Alpha Investments that confirms this. And I think that what's happening is that the way the market works is just imagine you trying to look 360 degrees around you. You can't usually. And so that's kind of how market attention kind of works. We can only focus on so many things at a time. And right now the focus is on Sword and Shield, and therefore less focus is on the other products. And this is a normal thing that happens in the markets. And this is where opportunities kind of come, because before Sword and Shield wasn't stared as much. More of the updates were happening in these sets. And now we're seeing a slowdown, and now opportunity is starting to grow. The seeds are starting to grow in these sets as money flows. Some attention is getting away, and that literally translates to demand. And I think that's part of the reason why we're seeing demand decreases for some things or price drops. It's just that people are trying to pour their money more into Sword and Shield right now instead of these other sets, and there'll be a reversal later on, and that's the natural cycle. Um, but yeah, Destined Rivals. Um, there wasn't really any change in the prices. They're all about the same, minus 15 cents, minus 11 cents, about the same. Demand is still a little concerning. At 60 boxes, it's still a little low. It's not 40 or anything, but 100 is a pretty safe bet. I think some of this is really correlating to just money going into the sets that make more sense. If you're gonna put almost $300 on something, you might as well buy Sword and Shield right now. It just, especially right now, if you can. Um, at a good price. Some of the opportunities are already drying up, but it just makes a lot more sense to buy those boxes, these boxes right now. Um, but I don't see a gaming company here anymore, so I'm wondering if their boxes finally sold out. I did mention how we are going to over time start running out of the supply, and yeah, I don't see gaming company anymore, so maybe they're finally bought out. Because 60 numbers is still a good amount of booster boxes, and we'll just slowly see these sellers be bought out. I think that's part of the reason why it's been so stable lately. For ETBs, gaming company is still here at 175. ETBs, demand has kind of went back up actually. I think people are seeing some good value in these ETBs for whatever reason, and yeah, it dropped to 30 and 40 per day demand. Now it's back to 50. Now it's quite high as 70, but this was kind of abnormal high demand, and now we're back to still a pretty high amount, 50 ETBs, even in this crazy Sword and Shield markets. And then bundles are also kind of went back in demand after slowing down from 10 back to 17. So it's actually a pretty good sign that the prices didn't really drop or anything like that for Destined Rivals, um, since all this money is being poured into other things. The positive thing about money poured into Sword and Shield is that it seems like a lot of it's probably new money, and it's more more people are entering the market. It's not just people are the existing people are shifted their where they're spending their money. It's new people are entering, and that's literally more money. And the more money you have in the market, the more prices have room to grow up. There's more room to go around. That's just kind of how it goes. When money flows out of the markets, people want to get out. That's when we're gonna see large price decreases. Um, but yeah, I want to talk about Prismatic, because Prismatic is seeing a lot of just a lot of low prices right now. But I'll go over Journey Together real quick. The Journey Together doesn't look as good as Destined Rivals right now, in terms of optimism, I guess. Yeah, I said yesterday how I keep seeing price pressure downwards. Cases, and yeah, we're seeing decreases. Cases are down another $10. PCTBs are down $2. I guess pricing is about the same otherwise, and the cheapest booster box is about 198. Um, I think that though, because booster boxes are but right now with Sword and Shield, it will trickle back towards Scarlet and Violet eventually. It's just a natural sort of thing. Once the Sword and Shield buying opportunities gone away, people are going to shift back to Scarlet and Violet, maybe get sealed cases or whatever. Like I mentioned, I'm actually getting some messages of people like, "Hey, do you have any lists or whatever?" I'm like, "Oh, why do you want this now?" And so, um, getting that sort of inside the market does help make your investing decisions. Um, it's not really recommended to buy stuff that are really early now right now. But yeah, booster box demands. I see 13 plus 4. That's 17. So it's really a low amount of booster boxes. This might be like the lowest amount of booster boxes I've seen sold in a day since like ever. I think the lowest was like I can't remember. I was like I know there was an 18 that was pretty low, and I don't remember like there might have been one day lower than 17. I can't fully remember. But this is either the least amount or the second least amount, I think. But they're still selling at 225, which is pretty good. But I do see like a lot of people selling at 225. So that's a little, especially over here with Krusty Krab cards, so that can decrease the price of this by quite a bit. Um, Normally TBs, demand is about the same at 35. PCTB is up a little bit at 8 in terms of demand, and bundles are about the same. So, yeah, and then yeah, the cases kind of concern me because yeah, I've been noticing the cases people are like lowballing each other at like the 1200 mark, and now it's even getting down to 1190s. Um, and there's like not a lot of sale for cases, so it's yeah, it not everyone really looks at case prices, but I don't usually track these, so it's kind of my first time tracking case pricing compared to booster box pricing. But it's just really noticeable when no one's really buying cases and all the prices are like this isn't too bad. It's all 75, but these are inflated. But there's no one really buying these versus over here people are trying to really lowball each other at the 1190 mark. I said I want to talk about Prismatic, and yeah, I'm seeing just a lot of like a lot of cheap stuff right now. It's like ETBs have dropped even more, and they've been dropping the last couple of days. Ever since Gaming Company reintroduced their ETBs, it's been dropping. But also, I think it's related to, as I said before, the Sword and Shield stuff. That really did kill some momentum because it went to like 118, 119, and went back up to 122, but it's just been dropping since then. And the demand's like not terrible, but it's only really like it's like 100. But I do see quite a few people selling for about 114 to 116, which is quite low. So it isn't like a ton of ATBs if I add it all up, but it's still a little surprising how cheap it's gone because um, the price per pack is now 12.66. That's really cheap, and you get the EV promo card. Like even loose packs are 12.40 about. And I don't know, that just seems a little too cheap. Like if ETBs are like $10 per pack, that's $9 in ETB. If it's $11 per pack, it's like 99. $12 is like 108. It shouldn't drop that much more, but it's getting a little worrisome to be honest. Uh, Bundles too. Bundles were going back up, and I was a little confused about that. But now, yeah, supply has gone up. It's still getting closer to 600 at about 560, and there's about 60 sold. But yeah, there's quite a few. Well, actually, it's only like a couple of these around $80 or 81, and when I scroll down, it's go about 84. So it's not really a big dramatic thing. But yeah, there's sale on bundles right now. That brings down to 13.30 a pack. But yeah, surprise boxes keep decreasing. It's actually one that that's way farther. Okay. Well, I'll talk about this now. So surprise boxes are really interesting. So the price keeps decreasing. I keep seeing spikes in people buying, but the quantity just doesn't go down. It's in the 300s still. That's like a lot of surprise boxes, and I don't know. People just they aren't really raising their. People keep lowering the prices. Yeah, sure. It's more like 58s. That's more the market price, but I don't know. Like I guess surprise boxes are heavily affected by the loose pack price, and the loose pack price is like what, like $11 or $12 now. Let's say it's $12 and it's like 48. But if the loose pack price is like $12 a pack, then like you're only valuing the promo card at like $8. So that just seems really really low. I'll go over some of these other things. So super premium collections. I think is that a decrease? No, it's the same as yesterday. People are still buying a bunch of these, like 2 consecutive days where there's like 35 sold in a row. So that's quite a bit. I don't know, people still want these, and we're getting really close to release day. So some of these are gonna be dropping MSRP or around MSRP. PCTBs, they did they drop? They're about the same. There's been a bigger spike of PCTB demand yesterday. After it was pretty slow around like 10 to 13, and now it's back to 23. The price hasn't really changed, but yeah, it's still a far cry from like it's like $100 down. Pouches still really low demand at like 13. That's really not a lot for pouches. You're still seeing $60 is very easy to get. Pouches, packs. See, I put 1240 as the price. Yeah, there's just like a bunch of packs over here around 1240, 1242. A lot of people are offloading it, and it makes sense because 1240 is a lot cheaper or is a lot more expensive than like pouches is like $12, and tech stuff is like below that. So even more expensive than posters. So I say like packs are really like there's logistical issues involved, but other than that, like packs are a great way. Loose packs are a great way to sell Prismatic, because you literally get more money and it costs less. And there's 81 total packs bought. There's still a lot of Prismatic packs. I think this is the first day I've seen below 100 in a while. But yeah, this says like this agrees with 80. So people are mostly not buying picture listings. 10 displays. Yeah, none of them sold. That's pretty slow. Surprise box I talk about. Posters, demand's like 10. It's like so. And then the text stickers, yeah, people just don't buy these. Only one sold. I think Leafeon does like the best. These 2-pack things, yeah, not a lot of them sell. There's 5 sold today, 3 sold yesterday. Posters, only 2 sold yesterday. Not a lot of people buy them, and the quantity's been getting higher. Usually, like optimistically, it's in like the 450s. Now it's in the 470s. Glaceon tag, only 2 sold yesterday. It's kind of okay at this price. Sylveon Tech, only 4 sold, and yeah, there's quite a few cheap ones. So Sylveon Tech is a really good deal. Umbreon Tin, nothing too interesting. Sylveon Tin, none sold. But yeah, Prismatic just seems a little too cheap with the ETB price, because the ETB pricing does affect things a lot. Surprise boxes are getting really cheap. These loose pack prices, like no one's buying pouches, and that depresses the price by a lot, toward $12. So the pouch has had a pretty significant impact on the market. I feel like just making you just had a product that no one really wants. It's similar to a collection box that people are like, whatever. Let's go to Crown Zenith. So Crown Zenith, the prices remained exactly the same as yesterday. Not that surprised. If you're gonna go after older sets right now, go after Sword and Shield. Don't go after Crown Zenith. Obviously, if you get a deal, blah blah. Like obviously, that'll affect things. But at these prices, yeah, Sword and Shield's moving a lot more than Crown Zenith right now. So I put the loose pack price about 1034 because there's still, good amount of packs around that price. People aren't really going down at all. Crown Zenith had about 45 packs sold. If you look at the graph, it only tells you like 9, but there's a good amount like over here, like 30 and 6. Oh, 70 packs were bought today, so a good amount were bought today actually. Sea and Sky, a good amount of Sea and Sky were bought yesterday at 8. That's pretty good amounts. People are taking advantage of, I guess, this deal probably. A 148.45. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, quite a few 148.45s being sold. Crown Zenith ETBs, Rudy talked about these in his video that people are asking about these, so I wouldn't be surprised if these go up, honestly. People are really asking about Crown Zenith ETBs. And then booster bundles, like he had 13 sold, that's quite a lot for booster bundles. Supply is going below 60, which is a good sign, so this is like prime to move up a little more. Even this $80 one's pretty cheap, and it goes like 71, 72 pretty easily. And then 151, so 51, 142 packs bought when I added it up. And Okay, so bundles are pretty cheap right now, about 65. They were going up to 69, and demand's been kind of low. Like 54 is pretty low. So I feel like fewer people are buying bundles right now. Um, so maybe the price did get a little too high. Uh, as I said before, I think bundles are great long-term investments. Obviously, there's some probably better things, but like as far as spacing goes, like it's definitely better than like a. I prefer a bundle than like an Alakazam box or a poster or whatever. Probably over Blowing Waters. I would say probably. Um, UPCs, there were a bunch of cheap ones yesterday, and now the price went back up. So some are bots. Packs, I already said like 140 packs were bought yesterday. It says 132 there. There's like four more the picture listings, and I put like I think 1044 as the pack price. There's a few more on the page before, but this is kind of where everything's kind of. This is where like more packs are concentrated. Um, that's the normal ETB. Normal ETBs, two of them are bought, nothing too interesting. Posters are still so cheap, like we're down to $28, less than $10 a pack, and there's a lot of them at that price actually over here. Um, and it goes back to like 30 or 32, but yeah, 27. That's like 950 a pack. That's so cheap for 151. Um, PCTB is about the same at 460. Binders, one sold. Zapdos, nothing too interesting. Alakazam boxes are down to 60. Good amount of them are bought today, but yeah, 60 is kind of low for it. And then, but they go to 63. I guess it's just one cheap seller. And then Bloom Waters, only it's been so sales, but it's been staying at the same point at 145. We had three sold yesterday. And but yeah, it's still $12 a pack versus like bundles keep like Bloom Waters is way more stable than bundles right now. Um, and packs are getting even cheaper at 1044. And these poster collections are just ridiculous. Like if I had to pay TCG player pricing, I guess it'd be nice if I had a place where I didn't have tax. But if I were to pay like market price for this, I would just like stock up a poster collection and maybe um, just break them all up and collect them as loose packs. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.